Tired of endlessly scrolling through Netflix? Unsure of what to watch? Well, your troubles are over. Today, we're diving into the wonderful world of dubbed dramas. And trust me, there's so much good stuff that you'll need a bucket of popcorn just to get started. Get the couch ready because here comes the list of the 30 best dubbed dramas on Netflix for you to binge watch. Looking for a unique way to surprise your partner? Check out Eternal Duo. With Eternal Duo, you can easily create a personalized website celebrating your relationship. Just upload your favorite photos, write a sweet message, and set your anniversary date. It's that simple. You'll get a beautiful page with a live counter showing how long you've been together, a stunning photo slideshow, and even fun emojis falling from the top. Plus, you'll receive a QR code to share it with your loved one. Choose between affordable plans starting at just $3. Create your couple's site today at Eternal Duo. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. 30. Once upon a small town. Han Ji-yeol works as a veterinarian in Seoul. One day, he receives a phone call from his grandfather, who doesn't provide many details, but his voice sounds serious. Concerned, Han Ji-yeol decides to head to Huidong village, where his grandfather lives and runs an animal clinic. Upon arrival, Han Ji-yeol meets police officer An Ja-young. It turns out that his grandfather is actually traveling around Europe. According to the note left behind, Han Ji-yeol is expected to take over the animal clinic for 6 months while his grandfather is away. Even when An Ja-young was preparing for her police officer exam, she always wanted to work in Huidong village, where she grew up. She's often the first to show up and help residents in need. As she assists Han Ji-yeol with the challenges of adjusting to village life, a romantic relationship develops between them. 29. Nevertheless. Nevertheless follows Park Jae-eon, a university student majoring in art. Friendly with everyone around him, he's what we call a playboy and doesn't care deeply for anyone. This has made him dread the idea of forming a romantic relationship. Meanwhile, Yoo Na-bi, who attends the same university, has also become disillusioned with love after being betrayed. When they meet, their worlds collide, and amidst all the bitterness, they begin a casual relationship. 28. Little Women. Little Women is a Korean drama that tells the story of 3 sisters who grew up in poverty. With a strong bond between them, Oh In-ju, Oh In-kyung, and Oh In-hae become involved in an incident and face off against one of the wealthiest families in the country. In-ju, the eldest sister, has experienced traumatic events from a young age and dreams of protecting her family by providing financial security. The middle sister, In-kyung, is a determined reporter who always strives to do what's right, no matter the offers she receives. When a mystery from the beginning of her career resurfaces, In-kyung starts investigating the case again. In-hae, the youngest, has always been closely cared for by her 2 older sisters. Despite growing up in poverty, In-hae was able to enroll in a prestigious art school solely due to her natural talent. This story is the first Korean adaptation of the 1868 novel of the same name by Louisa May Alcott. 27. Divorce attorney Shin. Dong-han majored in piano and became a professor at a music university in Germany. One day, he receives the shocking news that his sister has died after going through a divorce and losing custody of her child. He returns to South Korea, becomes a divorce attorney, and fights to uncover the truth behind his sister's death. 26. Crash Course in Romance. After retiring from her career as a national athlete, Nam Haeng-sun now owns a humble side dish store. Her cheerful personality and boundless energy catch the attention of Choi Chi-yeol, a popular and hardworking private instructor known as the 1,000,000,001 Man. Despite his reputation, Choi Chi-yeol has become increasingly aloof and irritable due to his growing success. As Nam Haeng-sun embarks on a new career in the private education field, she unexpectedly finds herself drawn to Choi Chi-yeol. Though they have very different teaching styles, their shared passion for education brings them closer together. As they work alongside each other, they begin to discover a deeper connection that blossoms into a romance. However, their relationship is not without challenges. As they navigate the ups and downs of their personal and professional lives, they must learn to confront their own shortcomings and trust in each other's strengths. 25. A Love So Beautiful. The narrative of the romance centers around Shin Sol-yi, a 17-year-old high school student who is in love with her neighbor and childhood friend, Cha Hyun, to whom she decides to confess during a break at the school they attend. However, at first, Shin Sol-yi's feelings are not well received by Cha Hyun, who shows that he considers her only as a friend. Despite this, she decides to remain optimistic after the rejection, intending to preserve their friendship. But, with the arrival of a new student named Woo Dae-seong, a promising junior swimmer who takes a liking to Shin Sol-yi from the first day of class, it becomes apparent that she won't need to execute romantic plans to awaken a love that already exists in Cha Hyun's heart. 24. And Hospital Playlist. After watching 16 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, tuning into Hospital Playlist feels like a breath of fresh air on a hot, tropical day. Produced by TVN and distributed worldwide by Netflix, Hospital Playlist brings simplicity back to the medical drama genre. It tells an enjoyable story that manages not to seem overly dramatic while portraying a good amount of realism. After years apart, 5 longtime friends reunite to work at the same hospital and restart their small band project from their medical school days. It's a story about the day-to-day lives of those who work, die, and live in a large hospital. Days that seem normal but are extraordinary. 23. Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Extraordinary Attorney Woo, which became one of the most talked about Korean productions of 2022, follows the life of Woo Young-woo, brilliantly portrayed by Park Yoon-bin. She is an attorney on the autism spectrum who faces challenges both professionally and personally. Raised by her father, Woo excels at Seoul National University's law school despite the challenges posed by her condition. With a photographic memory and exceptional intelligence, Young-woo secures a job at a major law firm in Seoul. As the series progresses, she earns the respect and admiration of colleagues and clients alike, while learning to navigate the legal world and the complexities of social relationships. The chemistry between the characters, especially the development of the relationship between Woo and her co-worker, Lee Jun-ho, played by Kang Tae-oh, is praised for being built in a respectful and patient manner. 22. My Demon Doo-doo-hee is the successor of the Future Group. She doesn't trust in anyone and is cynical about love. Doo-doo-hee gets involved with a demon named Young-gu Won and makes a contract marriage with him. He can live for eternity by making dangerous, but sweet, deals with humans who endure hellish lives. But after looking down upon humans for 200 years, he gets involved with Doo-doo-hee and somehow loses his power. To prevent his own extinction, he must protect Doo-doo-hee, who has taken all of his power. 21. 25, 21. In this drama, Tyree plays Nahidu, a young athlete who dreams of joining South Korea's national fencing team. She is also a huge fan of Go Yu-rim, who is already a part of the team and famous nationwide for her achievements. Do decides to study at the same school as Yu-rim, but first, she has to convince her mother. The problem is that she and her mother have a very complicated relationship, and Do harbors a lot of resentment toward her, especially since her mother is a hardcore workaholic. Baek Yi-jin, on the other hand, already works and leads a tough life. His parents' company went bankrupt due to the 1997 Asian financial crisis, and he had to fend for himself and live alone, as his father is being pursued by those who suffered losses from the bankruptcy. Poor Yi-jin is suffering like a dog. He works delivering newspapers, and that's how he meets Hee-do, when he delivers the newspaper to her house. When they first meet, neither he nor Na Hee-do have a good impression of each other. but they continue to run into one another, and a deep friendship begins to grow, eventually evolving into something more. 20. Crash Landing on You. This drama is the most watched drama in the history of a South Korean cable channel. Produced by Studio Dragon and distributed by the paid TVN channel, it became one of the most watched series across all genres on Netflix as well, second in popularity only to Vincenzo. At the peak of her 30s, Yoon Se-ri is a modern and independent woman. Going against her father's wishes, who wants her to inherit the family's conglomerate, she started her own brand. With big plans for the future, she decides to go paragliding at a company promotional event. However, Yoon Se-ri had no idea that after suffering an accident, she would never be the same again. In a stroke of bad luck, the businesswoman fell into the demilitarized zone of North Korea. After being found by a North Korean soldier while on the run, Yoon Se-ri thought this was the end of the line. However, she was surprised to learn the true intentions of Captain Ri Jong-hyuk, who decided not to report her to North Korea's security department. Now, hiding under the captain's protection, Se-ri and Hyuk seek the right moment to send her home safely. But nothing is as easy as it seems. "19. Business Proposal." The drama tells the story of Kang Tae-moo, a young and workaholic CEO of the food company GoFood. Tae-moo's grandfather, the president of the company, keeps pressuring his grandson to enjoy life and find a girlfriend. This 24/7 work life isn't worth it. One day, he arranges a blind date for Tae-moo with Jin Young-seo, the daughter of the owner of Marine Group, to which Tae-moo reluctantly agrees. Young-seo's father encourages her to go on the blind date with Tae-moo in hopes of merging the two companies and making more profit. However, Jin Young-seo refuses to marry without love, believing that doing so for financial reasons is outdated, a relic of the Joseon era. Therefore, Jin Young-seo asks her best friend, Ha-ri, to attend the blind date in her place and put an end to this bad deal. Shin Ha-ri, a food researcher at GoFood, also helps out at her family's fried chicken restaurant. She accepts her friend's proposal, but with one condition, that she be paid for it. Unfortunately, she soon discovers that her date is none other than the CEO of the company she works for. 18. Round 6. After a failed business venture, the debt-ridden chauffeur Seong Gi-hun lives his life gambling away the money he mooches off his elderly mother while failing to provide for her and his estranged daughter. When his life finally hits rock bottom, he receives an irresistible offer promising him a 45.6 billion won prize in exchange for winning traditional Korean children's games against 455 other players, among them his childhood friend Cho Sang-woo. Commencing the games, the participants soon learn of the deadly consequences that come with losing. 17. Our Beloved Summer. Years after filming a viral documentary in high school, two bickering ex-lovers get pulled back in front of the camera and into each other's lives. Choi Woong seems naive and a free-spirited man, but he wants to have something for the first time in his life. For that, he shows what he holds in his mind. Kook Yeon-soo aimed to become the top student at her school, but she is now an adult who lives fiercely, adapting to her reality. 16. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. After a conflict with her boss, dentist Yoon Hye-jin escapes the city to a seaside village where she'd vacationed to before as a little girl. When she learns the village is without a dentist, she decides to set up her practice there permanently. As the former city dweller's stiff and guarded demeanor almost immediately rubs the locals the wrong way, in steps the free-spirited jack-of-all-trades, Hong Do-shik. There to help her learn to navigate life in a small village, although they don't hit it off well at first. 15. Love Alarm. The cell phone app, Love Alarm, is created. If someone likes you and they are within 10 meters of you, the alarm for the app rings. The app also shows how many people like you, but the app doesn't reveal specific details on who likes you. Kim Jo-jo is a high school student. She is pretty and smart. She seems like a cheerful person, but her parents died when she was young. Since the death of her parents, Kim Jo-jo has lived with her aunt's family. Living there is not easy for Kim Jo-jo. She doesn't download the app as her phone isn't new enough. Meanwhile, Hwang Sun-oh is a popular male student at the same high school that Kim Jo-jo attends. He is the son of a wealthy family, but he is not loved by his parents. His best friend, Lee Hae-young, also attends the same high school. Hwang's son. Oh notices that his best friend, Lee Hae-young, likes Kim Jo-jo. Hwang Sun-oh wants to know if his friend really likes her, so he kisses her. 14. The King, Eternal Monarch. Lee Gon is the third Korean emperor of his generation. His citizens regard him as the perfect leader. But behind this flawless appearance hides a deep wound. When he was 8 years old, his father was murdered before his eyes following a coup. Today, instead of respecting his filial duty, he prefers to escape the palace to attend university conferences. During one of his escapades, he sees himself propelled into a parallel world where he meets Jong Tae-ul, an inspector with whom he teams up with to defeat the criminals, but also close the door between their two worlds. 13. Navala. A 70-year-old man, Shim Deok-chul, decides to pursue his lifelong dream of becoming a ballet dancer after retiring, despite his family's disapproval. He joins a ballet company and meets 23-year-old Lee Chae-rock, a talented but struggling ballerino who has lost his passion due to financial difficulties and personal hardships. Together, they inspire and support each other, lifting themselves out of their challenging realities to follow their dreams of becoming ballerinos. 12. It's okay to not be okay. Moon Gang-tae is a community health worker at a psychiatric ward who was blessed with everything including a great body, smarts, ability to sympathize with others, patience, ability to react quickly, stamina, and more. Meanwhile, Ko Moon-young is a popular writer of children's literature who, due to suffering from an antisocial personality disorder, seems extremely selfish, arrogant, and rude. Moon Gang-tae denies love, and Ko Moon-young doesn't know it. The two defy fate and fall in love, finding their souls and identities in the process. 11. So not worth it. New friends, new loves, and new experiences mixed together inside a colorful college dormitory in Seoul that's home to students from around the world. Se-won is a teaching assistant who is in charge of managing the dorm. Jamie is a new student at the dorm from America. Sam is the son of the president of a tteokbokki global food chain who grew up in Australia. Minnie is a student from Thailand who has a lot of fantasies from watching Korean dramas. Hyun Min is a stateless Korean student who was not able to enter the dorm and has to commute 5 hours each day to school. 10. Mr. Sunshine. Mr. Sunshine centers on a young boy born into a house servant's family who travels to the United States during the 1871 Shinmyeongyo U.S. expedition to Korea. He returns to his homeland later as a U.S. Marine officer. He meets and falls in love with an aristocrat's daughter. At the same time, he discovers a plot by foreign forces to colonize Korea. 9. My Hollow Love. The plot follows Han So-yeon, a woman in her 30s living a reclusive life. As a marketing manager at an optical company, So-yeon is disliked by her colleagues, who view her as cold and indifferent. What they don't know is that So-yeon suffers from prosopagnosia, a condition that makes her unable to recognize faces despite having no vision problems. Early episodes reveal that this condition stems from a childhood trauma. Her life takes a turn when she discovers the holo glasses. When worn, the glasses provide access to an AI named HOLO. Still in the testing phase, the company behind the AI created a hologram to represent HOLO as human. This allows users to feel a sense of connection, even though only they can see holo. Programmed to fulfill the user's desires, the AI follows 3 core laws of robotics: work for the user's happiness, respect the laws of the country, and never lie to the user. 8. Runon. Ki-sun-gyum is a sprinter on the national team who was forced to quit due to legal issues. Omiju writes translated subtitles for movies. She was thrilled to see her name listed among the credits when she first started. Ki-sun-gyum had just quit sprinting when he encountered Omiju, who felt that destiny most certainly brought them together. Seo Dan-ah is the CEO of a sports agency and the rightful successor to the Seomyoung Group. Despite this, she is held back from advancing in the company due to her gender. She fiercely wishes to reclaim what is rightfully hers and lives her life accordingly. Lee Young-hwa, a university art major who enjoys movies and drawing, soon enters her life. 7. Girl from Nowhere. A fearless young girl with nothing to lose exposes the secrets of students and teachers at school. This causes her to move from school to school due to expulsions and transfers. Each episode features new main characters, with the girl as the protagonist. With sharp psychological intelligence, she manipulates those who behave wrongly, making them pay for their mistakes. 6. Alice in Borderland. The story initially revolves around 3 inseparable friends: Ryohei Arisu, a gamer struggling to find direction in life and connect with his family; Chota Sagawa, an IT technician who dislikes his job; and Daikichi Karube, a bartender having an affair with his boss's girlfriend. After causing a huge commotion at the famous Shibuya crossing, they hide from the police in a subway station bathroom, only to discover upon exiting that the entire city's population has vanished. They are now forced to participate in deadly games in arenas, which can be buildings, stadiums, gardens, and other places around Tokyo. At the end of each game, they are awarded a playing card and visas that allow them to stay without playing for a few days. 5. My First Love. Upon turning 20, Yoon Tae-oh receives his grandfather's house as a gift, but he soon realizes that living alone isn't as fun as he imagined. When his friends move in with him, Tae-oh's life takes unexpected turns, especially as he begins to feel confused about his longtime friendship with his childhood friend. As they navigate the ups and downs of young adulthood, love, and friendship, Tae-oh must confront his growing feelings and the complexities of relationships in this heartfelt coming-of-age story. 4. Extracurricular. Extracurricular is centered around 4 high school students who start committing crimes to earn money and the unpredictable dangers they face as a result. Ji-soo, who goes from a model student to a criminal after committing an unthinkable act. Young-dabin as school bully Min-hee, who gets caught up in Ji-soo's crime. Park Joo-hyun will portray Ji-soo's dangerous partner in crime Gyu-ri, while Nam Yoon-soo will appear as Min-hee's boyfriend and the school's most popular guy Ki-tae. 3. Vincenzo. The story revolves around Vincenzo Cassano, an Italian-Korean lawyer with a complex life story. Masterfully portrayed by an actor who captures the many facets of his personality, Vincenzo becomes entangled in a legal battle for control of a valuable building. Beneath the surface, Vincenzo is much more than just a lawyer. He is a consigliere for an Italian mafia family. This duality creates an intriguing protagonist whose journey of self-discovery is filled with exciting twists and turns. 2. Move to Heaven. Han Go-ru is an autistic 20-year-old. He works for his father's business, Move to Heaven, a company that specializes in crime scene cleanup, where they also collect and arrange items left by deceased people and deliver them to the bereaved family. When Gyu-ru's father dies, Gyu-ru's guardianship passes to his uncle, ex-convict Cho Sang-gu, who is a martial arts fighter in underground matches. Per the father's will, Sang-gu must care for and work with Gyu-ru and Move to Heaven for 3 months to gain full guardianship and claim the inheritance. Eyeing money, Sang-gu agrees to the conditions and moves in. 1. Mad for each other. No Hui-oh is a detective in the Violent Crimes Division of the Gangnam Police Station. He thinks that he is doing well until his life suddenly takes a turn and he becomes a crazy person who can't hold in his anger about anything. Lee Min-kyung is a woman who is caught up in her own delusions and compulsions. She had lived an ordinary life as a pretty woman with a respectable job until that incident that caused everything in her life to break down. As a result, she was unable to trust anyone and is caught in a prison of her own making. Her delusions also have the unfortunate side effect of making everyone else around her angry. And there you have it, the 30 best dubbed Netflix dramas to binge watch. Whether you're in the mood for intense thrillers, heartwarming stories, or mind-bending mysteries, this list has something for everyone. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and get ready for some unforgettable viewing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more top recommendations. Happy watching!